and I'm the editor of the newspaper. They, you know, they was like, no, yeah. I was like, okay, y'all go with it, but they ain't hurting me.
Right.
Y'all ain't gotta speak to me. And then they tried to assign us duty. And I got off the ship, we had duty, 24-hour duty once every 4 days.
Right.
Here they supposed to have it once every 6 or 7 days. So like, to me, that's like, I go from once every 4 to once every 7, I ain't got no problem. But then what happened was, the couple of blacks that were in the building, we got all of the watches each month.
Okay.
White boys weren't getting in. So I said, wait a minute, man. I don't mind standing watch once every 7 days, but I'd be damned if I'm gonna stand them all the time and they're not doing none. Oh, Booker, just be quiet and take. No, I'm not. That's why I started sending letters. You know, I'm complaining. No, hell no. This ain't right. You know, that's why they label me a radical, racist, militant individual. No, I'm not gonna put up with this, y'all. It ain't right. Y'all know that. And so we had a big mass and all that stuff. They were like, and one white man told him, he said, look, if y'all investigate this like y'all supposed to, I think y'all gonna be quite surprised by what you find out.
Yeah.
He said, if this young man had done this after being here for 2 months or something, then I might say, he said, he's been here for over a year.
Right.
And we had, so what happened was they transferred people, got rid of people, brought in new commanders, new captains, new people come in, yelling down the hall, speaking to me. I said, I'm good. How you doing, Captain? He would come sit at my desk, talk about basketball, the Boston Bullets back in those days and all that.
Yeah.
And but he still was a captain when they were after me for conspiracy to commit murder.
Right.
But what he did on the flip side, I guess they must have told him, just get this nigga off his face. So the same time I'm being investigated for conspiracy to commit murder, he tells me, apply for a school in the Navy. You know, he said, apply for a school, anything you want, I get you a school deal. But at this point, I was like, you know what, I'm so fed up with this.
Yeah.
Said, I'm getting out in, it was in 78, 79. I said, I'm getting out, Captain. I got, a term is up, I'm getting ready to get out. He said, I'm telling you, apply for a school, anything.
Yeah.
He kept telling me, so finally one day I said, okay, goddamn it. I broke out this book, Schools Available to Navy Journalists. And I saw this one, said, Motion Picture Script Writing and Production, the University of Southern California. I said, what? He said, you out in the Navy for a whole year while you going to the University of Southern California, OJ School.
Yeah.
Where you study motion picture, script writing and production, Steven Spielberg, school, and film writing and production. So I said, that's all right, Captain. I won't go to this one. You know, so you talk about when me going to school. I won't go. He said, put your application together.
All right.
That's all right. So a white boy that I worked with, he and I put the application together. He helped me put the application together and all that, submitted it. Now understand, at this time the Navy selected 2 journalists from the entire Navy.
Whoa.
Every year, 2 to go to this school.
Right.
2 from the entire Navy. So I put in for it, and I was also in the process of getting orders to go somewhere else. And so the guy that assigned me, he was in D.C., he called me and said, look, where you want to go, Petty Chambers? I said, I can't remember his name. I said, well, look, my captain put me in for the University of Southern California, for most people. He said, man, goddamn, Booker, where you want to go? He said, I need somebody down in Port Hueneme, Port Hueneme to go to Puerto Rico with the CB, what they call a CB detachment. So I'm going to send you there. I said, but I'm in for the school. He said, Booker, only 2 journalists every goddamn year go to USC. So you need to pack your shit and get ready to go to Puerto Rico. All right. So I did. He sent me the orders. I drew advance pay on the orders and everything.
Right.
2 days before I'm due to leave, the board reports out on the USC on the school. I'm 1 or 2 journalists selected to go to the University of Southern California.
All right.
I said,
look at that.
I was 1 or 2 journalists, and I went to USC and made a movie on the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
So you did go.
I did go. I did go. And I was the 2nd black journalist in the Navy to go to that program. Okay. And I went there. See, and all this now, remember, because me being in the band with that white boy, got me to Channel 8, that all set all this in motion that put me in position for these things. Because I wasn't trying, I'm just I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm just protecting myself, doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And next thing you know, this happened. This happens. I go to USC and I make what they call one of the best student films anybody ever made.
Wow.
And this was a year after Spielberg left.
Right.
See, Spielberg was there the year before me.
Right.
You know, so you're like, you know, nigga from Gilbert Court.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I tell the children all the time in the hospital, I say, y'all, your greatest asset that your creator has given you, whether you call him God, Allah, Buddha, Jehovah, I don't care what you call him. Your greatest asset is your mind.
Yes, it is. Yes,
That is your mind. That is your greatest asset. Use your mind.
Right.
And I was telling a group of one day, I said, look, I know y'all intelligent.
Right.
I said, Mr. Chamber, how you know we intelligent? I said, because I'm intelligent.
Right.
And I ain't no better than you.
Right.
I'm from the projects, man. I'm from Gilbert Code.
Yeah.
You know, I done stole more shit than probably all y'all in. You know, so no, I'm straight up. Use your mind. Don't you know? So that happened, and then when I got out of USC, I got stationed in DC. I got a job traveling around the world making movies about the name.
All right.
Getting pre-dim, what they call pre-dim, because you know they're paying your travel expenses, all that. We're going to Europe, you know, all those.
Right.
My paycheck's back in DC in the mailbox waiting on me. And I'm like, damn, y'all white folks been doing this for all this time. You know, I was like, damn. And so finally, I met wife number 2, and
Number 2.
number 2, and we went to Guam because she had to get transferred. So I went to Guam because I didn't have to leave DC, but so we could go somewhere together.
Right.
I took some orders to Guam and went to Guam, became managing editor of a newspaper over there in the military base, and stayed a couple years over there. I was gonna stay 4 years. I could have stayed 4 years over there, but didn't stay 2. When I left Guam, I left wife number 2 on Guam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wife number 3?
He said, yeah.
Yeah. I left wife, that's the last one. I left wife number 2 on Guam. And her thing was, she's always, and by this time there, I got to admit, I was really getting into Islam.
Okay.
You know, I was really pissing white folks off.
Oh.
You know, I'm walking around. I'm a chief in the Navy. I mean, I'm E7. I'm supposed to be an old sellout nigga showing them that. I'm walking around with my kufi on and all that. I'm talking about Assalamu alaikum. You know, I'm straight up, and I think that got to her a little bit because her mother was white.
Okay.
You know, I never married a white woman.
Right.
You know,
Okay, let's keep it.
Yeah, I dated white women. I never married a white woman. Her mother was white. Her mother was German, and her daddy was black. And she's always said, "What did she do to deserve me? You know, how did I get you out there?" And I was like, "Come on now, don't put all that on me. I ain't no better than you." But anyway, she decided she had to. You know, she couldn't do it, and she wanted us to split, and we did, but she still wanted to be lovers on the side. You know, we still can date and see each other, other people, and you know, every now and then you and I hook up, you know, friends with benefits. I said, no, see, now you're trying to get me to make you one of my bitches.
Ooh.
And see, you're not one of my bitches. You're either gonna be my wife, or you're nothing at all. And so, one thing my first wife taught me was how to leave a woman. She taught me how you gotta realize when this thing get on, boy, you gonna get hurt. You know, so when wife number 2 started acting up, I was like, pile. So how am I doing on time, bro, Joe?
Good.
Oh, okay.
As long as they enjoying you, talk all you want.
So I left wife number 2 and I met wife number 3, my current wife.
Okay,
We just passed 36 years. And
Older than me.
yeah, the first 2 were 3 and out.
Okay.
Well, them 3 years, 3 and out.
That was 3 and out.
3 years out.
3
3
years out.
In fact, when I met my wife now, when I said, baby, if you make it past 3 years, you might be a You gotta make it past 3 years. And I met her when I came home to be the best man at my brother's wedding.
Okay, look, you was the best man I heard.
Yeah, and I met her, and it was quick, because I came home to my brother's wedding and I went back to Guam. I was only here like 30 days. In fact, the original plan was come here, be best man at my brother's wedding, leave, go to San Diego for my sister and so forth, hang out with my friends, and then go back to Guam. Well, I never made it back to San Diego.
Because you met her.
I met my first wife. Yeah, and I made a commitment to her before I went back to Guam.
All right.
You know, and I went back to Guam and got out of my orders, and came back home. I
Still in the picture.
went to Norfolk.
Okay.
I stayed in Norfolk for a year, and then I got out
All right.
after
Were
13
you
and
in
a half years.
clothes? Norfolk?
Yeah, and I commuted from Richmond to Norfolk for a whole year.
Okay.
I was gonna get an apartment down in Norfolk and come home on the weekends, and my wife said,
I know that she ain't having that.
no,
She won't have
no,
that.
you gonna drive.
Yeah.
So I did for a year. I made that commute, and then after 13 and a half years in the Navy, I got out.
Okay.
I figured they'd had enough of me. I
Yeah.
had enough
They
of
good
them.
now.
I had enough of them.
Good.
I went to the reserves
Okay.
and did 10 years in reserves and actually retired. And then I went back to civil service and got a job and only had to do 7 years and retired for how the hell it worked
Wow.
out. So I retired twice from federal government. Uncle Sugar taking care of me with 2 checks.
All
And,
right.
and throw Social Security in there, 3
All
checks.
right. All right.
So I said, I'm gonna do this. But then in the meantime, I came back home, went to VCU and I got my undergraduate. I finished my undergraduate work. And when I got out of the Navy, I only needed 30 hours to get my bachelor's.
Okay.
All the schooling and stuff I got in the Navy. And then I got my bachelor's. And then one professor said, "You gonna get your master's?" I said, "Man, I ain't getting a master's. It'll be another 2 years and I'll be 37 years old." He said, "Well, you gonna be 37 anyway."
Right. Might as well get it.
You gonna be with a master's or without a master's?
Right.
So I said, "Yeah, that makes sense, Doc." So I went on and got my master's in mass communications and all. And the odd thing about it, my first job was I was assistant director of public relations for the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services for the state. Then I became director of public relations for what is called the Department of Medical Assistance Services
Oh, wow.
downtown in the old AT&T building right there,
Uh-huh.
where they used to be there to tore it down now.
What you said
The
now?
marketplace.
Oh,
yeah.
Sixth Street
Yeah,
Marketplace.
Sixth Street Marketplace.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
that
I was mad when
Yeah,
that
yeah.
on
Oh
there.
my
Yeah,
God,
they
that's
told
when
it
I
down.
first, I was
That's-
little.
yeah,
Love going
I
out
was
there
young.
smoking.
So,
I was
and
young.
then
It
I
started
left
out
there and became director of public relations for Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority.
Wow.
I left Department of Medical Assistance Services and I became director of public relations for the Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority. I was there public affairs, public relations guy for 2 years, and on my 40th birthday, well, I'm gonna go back a little bit because of my 40th. When I was 25 years old, and my first wife and I had gone through all that, and I was at a point in my life where I was so far down, it wasn't the one place to go, and that was up.
Yeah.
You know, and I came to that decision. I said, God, rock bottom. This is when that point in my life I was at
Rock bottom.
bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it was one place for me to go, and that's up. And I decided, and this is what I teach the children now too, set a goal for yourself.
That's right.
In your life. Put it out there. I said, set a goal to give yourself something to shoot for. I said, I didn't have one
Right.
until I was 25, and I set a goal. I said, by the time I'm 40, I want to be a millionaire. I don't know why I said a millionaire, you know, because, you know, $1 million, people $1 million. So I said, by the time I'm 40, I want to be a millionaire. And which meant
Yeah.
I had 15 years to do something.
Right.
What am I going to do? Because you can say it, but you got to do something.
Right. Right.
You know, I tell people all the time, yeah, you may be on your knees praying, but goddamn, when you finish praying, you got to get up and do something.
That's right.
Or it ain't going to happen.
Faith without
You gotta
works is
take some
dead.
action.
Right.
So, all these things happened to me after 25. USC,
Okay.
first black editor of the largest newspaper in the Navy, and other things started coming in place. I went to schools, I getting all the education, I'm building myself. I made a decision to get out of the Navy, which some people question because after 13 and a half years, they're like, well, yeah, man, I'm done. You know, I got to go. I knew
Right.
at that time I was 33 years old or something. I said, well, if I stay in the Navy, one thing I do know, I'm not going to achieve that goal. I'm not going to become a millionaire in the Navy.
Navy,
Right.
So if I'm going to have a legitimate shot at reaching my goal, I got to get the hell out. And I did. And things started happening. On my 40th birthday, now I was at Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority. I've been there 2 years. My 40th birthday, I became the first black man to be a director at the Virginia Housing Development Authority.
Wow.
First black person to be a director over there. On my 40th birthday. I wasn't a millionaire, Boy, I was making over
Nick,
$100,000 a year.
Whoa, yeah, yeah.
So it's like, you know, I did some things. I kept working. I gave myself, give yourself something to shoot for.
Right.
You know, and that's what I did. And I was there 9 years, and I done spent time. I tried to launch a national sports magazine called The Color of Sports. I tried to bring in an Oriental furniture store.
Okay.
I had an Asian guy, and one I met on Guam that flew here was gonna give me exclusive rights to all his furniture in America. It was rosewood, teak wood, and all that. I got some of it in my house now. You know, then my sports magazine. My children and I recently had a food truck called Mexican Soul.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's about doing something, but what we need to right now, when you look at my life, you can say I should be happy
Yeah.
with my life. You can say I don't cheat a lot in my life and so forth. But I said no, I'm not
You're
happy.
not finished.
And well, not only that, it's not about me.
Right.
It's about us.
That's
right.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
I can't be happy if you're not happy.
That's right.
You know what I should be doing should be for us, not
Right.
for me.
That's right.
Okay, we in it like I'm told you about how we struggled and getting
Yes.
together.
Yes.
I could run to any person's house, knock on the door, but please
Yes, sir.
chasing me.
Yeah.
That's stuck with me. That's with me. That's us.
Yes.
As a people, I can't be. No, that make me a house nigga. You know,
Right.
I got mine.
Yeah.
Y'all get y'all.
Yeah.
I'm done it now. No, nigga, it's about us.
That's
Right.
it.
And yes, I was with the white women, but
Yeah,
it
I
taught
still
me.
can't get out of my
It
head.
taught me something. It taught me because I got to see how white folks
Folks
are.
see ya.
I guess university, man. You like how they used to do our women. You must went dog their ass out too, huh?
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say I would say like this. I was a gigolo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigga will go.
I mean, Belize, you had yours consent. They forced ours though, but you know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I said, my mama, it's crazy. Cause when I was locked up, I was talking to this dude. I was in the hole, and you know, I ain't never seen him. And I had the same conversation, and the whole time the boy was white. I'm like, yeah, man. My mama told me, I better not bring no white girl in the house. I'm gonna kick your ass and her. I'm gonna throw your ass out there with her. You gonna stay outside with her. You better not bring. I done be slaving for these white people and all that. Come in here and you got a white girl up in here. I wish you would, nigga. So I was telling the white boy that. And I don't see him until we go outside. I said, bro, you white? But you talk black though, acting all black. But he ain't say one word though. I'm sitting like, yeah, man. I said, cracker this, cracker that. I would have said something, man.
Yeah.
You said, nigga, this.
I never
And
had
you
a
know what I'm
white
saying? If I was
woman.
white.
I never had a white woman here.
Oh, yeah. No,
They-
no,
all my white
Get out of
women,
my head.
all my white women were San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I
you
thought
know,
he was
and I was in a building with all white folk, and then you get the white girls that are friendly, and then they spent money. They spent money on a nigga.
Yeah.
That's when that.
You
Yeah.
got that? Oh, had a white girl I met, and
My uncle
and
got
it
fucked
used to
up.
be this way.
That's what
Now I know now people gonna make the argument it's not this way, but when I was coming along, it used to be, you're not gonna meet no black woman tonight
Yeah.
and be staying with her all night tonight.
Yeah, right.
No, that was 2-3 month prospect. If that, you got to nurture that thing.
Yes, yes.
When I got to San Diego, white girl, Friday night, we meet at the club. Then we got breakfast together. And I'm like, oh goddamn, this how it is. You know, so that
black women,
And then
we
they
are
do
hard.
spend their money.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That day, I met the girl. She's coming to Las Vegas with me. I said, no, I don't have that kind of money. You know, I'm an E5 in the Navy. I don't have it like that. She said, don't worry about that. I got it. You just go.
Right.
I'm paying for the gambling and everything.
Whoa.
She was from Australia. What? She said, yeah. They paid for me to come to Australia.
She had some cake.
Yeah, her daddy did. But he didn't like niggas.
Right.
She got the rest of
Well,
that.
how she hear that?
Well, see, when I went to Australia, again, my best friend, Reverend Turner, he was in California too, because he's ex-Air Force.
Right.
He tried to talk me out of going. He said, man, don't go down there, man.
They
Don't
gonna
go.
hang your ass.
He said, don't like niggas down in Australia, man. Don't go. And I was like, I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't with that. So I went to Australia, stayed 40 days.
What did 40 days, 40 nights? Was it 40 nights and 40
Well,
40 daytime?
her daddy came to the house one Sunday. Her daddy came to the house one Sunday, and I had to hide in her bedroom closet for 2 hours until that man left.
There you go.
So here I'm 10,000 miles from home
They
by
going
myself, hiding in a white woman's closet.
Unbelievable.
You fell asleep in that joint? I would have fell
I'm
asleep.
telling you, I've been snoring and everything. And everything.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let me tell y'all briefly now. What we working with Brother George and Brother Marvin, who was there last week, doing some things.
Down the door.
One of the things I'm working on now, and with Brother George, is my goal is to establish. Thank you, sir. Is to establish
Like,
preschool learning facilities in all the Richmond public housing communities.
All right.
And we're gonna call them academic enrichment centers.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take the youth 2 to 5
Okay.
and start educating.
That's
So
what you got to
by
get right
the
there.
time they go
Perfect
to
age.
school, they're gonna have and I got this idea when my second wife, her son, Joshua, we were in DC, and they had a place called the Academic Enrichment Center
Yeah.
up on Georgia Avenue. And they took children at 2 years old to 5 years old, prepping them
Yeah.
for school. And the things that they did with those children was just amazing.
Yeah.
Because this young man, when we left DC, he was almost 5. And because he went to Guam.
Right.
And we lived in a village called Mauricio behind a village store.
Okay.
And every day, this young man, at 4 years old, we put him on a bus in front of the village store. He had to then take that bus into the most popular village, which you can say downtown in the main island, down to Ghana. Transfer buses.
Right.
Get on another bus, go to school, and then repeat the process coming home at 4 years old. Okay?
4 years.
4 years old. And one day, one of her girlfriends called her house because her son's name was Rodney. He went to that school. She put him in that school too. She called the house one day looking for my wife, crying. She said, I can't find my boy Rodney. I don't know where he is. I mean, I said, I don't know. I can't remember that. I said, I don't know. Yvonne not home.
Right.
She said, we don't know where Rodney is. I don't know what. I said, I don't know. I have her call you. About 10 minutes later, school bus pull up in front of the village like it always does.
You got him ready.
Joshua walks off the school bus. He got Rodney by the hand,
Right.
bringing him up. And he said, Dad, Rodney was in front of school crying, saying he didn't know where to go. He was lost, didn't know what to do. So I brought him home
That's
with me.
right.
4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I said, boy, so I tell folk all the time, we make our children dumb.
Yes, we do.
They come out of the womb seeking knowledge.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
They looking, they want to,
Yeah. They do.
they want to know. Yeah, but what they hear most of the time is, motherfucker said son of a bitch goddamn,
Yeah. That's what they hear.
or mama doing whatever. Or that, we dumb them down.
Yes.
That's why with my children, my wife and I never went goo goo gaga go. Hell no with that.
She never did it.
Yes, and no. Our children waiting, they
Yes,
seeking knowledge. That's what they want, and
Yes.
we've got to give it to them. It's on us. I tell children all the time. When I was at Armstrong, I said,
Keep
look,
going with it.
when people look at me and say, what's wrong with our children?
We are wrong.
Oh, what's wrong with our children? I say, look in the mirror.
Look at yourself.
Yeah, we're going to ask a question, what's wrong with our
So how many
children?
kids your mama had?
Right.
How many kids your mama had? Just 2?
No, she had 5.
Oh, KFI?
Yeah.
No, how
You
many
on- you on sodas, right?
original had?
What was well?
Oh, I thought it was
My mama.
2 girls.
See, some folk would tend to call
She
my mama.
married.
Some folk would tend to call my mama a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Cause my mama had
How many
3
days?
children by 3 different men.
That's all right.
It's
I
okay.
Then she
I
met my
did-
stepfather
Mr.
and had
Miller
2
said me
more.
too.
Yeah,
I did too, and I want no hoe. They 5 years
My mama
apart.
got
Well,
That's what I
she got
said.
4 girls. One
That's why I said you better not call my mama no hoe.
uh-huh.
My mama was only
Don't call
looking
her
for
no hoe,
somebody
no
to
bitch.
love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And men took advantage of her,
That's
right.
including my dad.
Yeah.
My dad
You
Say
had.
that.
First.
My-
You the first.
I got a brother.
You the first.
I got a brother who just turned on March 2nd. I'm the oldest of my father and my mother's children. Okay.
Like how
My
he was young.
my brother
His mom was young.
my brother
That's
turned
how-
60
I'm pregnant. I'm 16. I was
8
We
on
was in
the
relationship,
2nd
they
of
all
March.
5 years
And you're a
apart.
Virgo.
Okay.
So you know I love Virgos.
And I'm 68.
That's my son.
What unbelievable.
I'll be 69
Hey, who
in
you said
September.
September the 9th? Who birthday was
September.
So she
Reverend
got
Turner, my boy
13.
Biscuit.
Yeah, cause that's my son. That's my son birthday.
Less than
That
a
man's
year
the
apart.
That's my son's birthday too.
Yeah,
My son, my
my
first.
son be 15 something.
Yeah. My son's birthday is September 9th.
And
Yeah.
I'm the 8th.
13.
What are you? The 8th?
That's up to me. Yeah, I'm a Virgo. I'm 33. 34 this year.
Oh man, I got a son.
But it feel like I'm 23 because I had my baby when I was 16.
Okay.
I was a single parent. I got pregnant when I was 16. Had him when I was 17. His daddy died when he was 3,
Oh,
and he's 17 now. So I was a single parent too. But he never his woman to go to school. Like,
My oldest boy be 51 in September.
woo.
The one that
You say 51.
you'll be 51 in September.
There you go. He's almost old enough to be out. My dad.
You say your oldest?
My oldest.
Your oldest. So
My
how old's your
oldest.
baby?
He's 30.
30. Oh,
My
He'll be 31 this year.
35.
I'd be 34 this year.
Yeah, he'll be 30. My daughter be 36 this year.
Let me do this, Booker.
Yes,
Because we're gonna have to close out soon. Does anybody have any questions?
But I thought he was going to share his book.
Oh, me too. 11. 11.
I bought these because this was the
How stuff used to look. I
yeah.
mean, in your
This
pictures.
is the newspaper.
Okay.
This is the newspaper that I became the first black editor of the largest newspaper in the Navy back in
So you don't play about them
75.
books. You don't play about them
Now, this is what I did. My first year as being editor, you know, and things were different back then. But like I said, man, I never forgot my sisters in the back.
wow.
That was on the cover of the Valentine's Day issue.
That is so nice. Yep.
And white folk went off.
That's all right. You made a
Young
statement.
girl.
Oh, and that one. And then y'all know Admiral Gravely Boulevard.
Yeah.
Admiral Gravely was he was the first black. He was the first black admiral in the Navy, and he was the first black to be a 3-star. And I was in San Diego.
You ain't even let me see them joints, sir.
Oh,
Ah, he shared it with you with
Let me
us.
see them, Booker.
He shared it with us.
Yeah, when you got some sisters, let me see them. Yeah.
Brothers can't date.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Hold on, turn it back, Mr. Brown.
Always that boys didn't let.
Hold on, turn it back, Mr. Brown.
Oh,
You can.
Picture.
Alright, I got it. Yeah.
okay.
and this is when Admiral Gravely, I was in San Diego, he became the first black admiral to command that. See, that's Admiral Samuel Gravely from Richmond.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is personal book.
Okay, that's
See, those are all the paper. There was a weekly paper, and
Right.
so those are the 52 issues in that one for that year, and those are the 52.
Oh, okay.
And then my job was to write, and I did the layout and design of it too.
Right.
As
you
the
did.
editor of the newsletter, yeah. I decided which went where and which. And there's a couple of them in here I wrote 2 years
Okay.
ago.
Oh, wow, this book older than me.
That's very good. That's very invigorating.
My granddad called his phone. My granddad called him.
We did a lot of things.
Like Roy C. He met Roy C. He was a big fan of Roy C.
Mm-hmm.
A big fan.
They got that boulevard named after Samuel, but most of us don't know.
Right.
Because he think he got sick.
And he talked about how they dogged him too.
Yeah.
And his retirement ceremony. He talked about how he was treated in the Navy as a black officer. Ship I was on, we had riots.
Right.
You know, the Kitty Hawk and the Connie.
Right.
I mean, we you talking about throwing white boys off? No. We
Push
fought.
them off.
Yeah, kill the street.
We fought. It
Yeah.
was, you know, it was deadly.
Well, Book, I would love to go forever, but
I got you.
probably going to end this at 11:30. So
All right. What time is it? 11:30?
11:27.
Okay, that's good.
It's time, you know. But I really appreciate you coming, brother.
Oh, my
And
pleasure.
I'm quite sure that they appreciated you coming
Yes,
as well.
we do.
And we're gonna have you back.
Yes.
Yes,
We're
we
gonna have
is.
you
To
back.
finish
you know.
your story.
And I hope that I can get y'all involved in the
We will.
academic enrichment center.
We will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're gonna need
All right.
our folk.
Yes, we are. We are. Yes.
Exactly. So we're gonna do that. You know. So just like to give Booker a
Okay.
really. Thank you for your time.
Yes.
Man.
Thank y'all. Thank you. All right. And if I can be of any assistance in anything you want to do for George, y'all, I don't have no business cards, but
It's all right.
Hey,
We know how to get in touch with
yes, ma'am.
Booker, we there. We there.
Okay.
We're gonna all be working together.
All right, brother.
Yes, we are.
All right,
Mr.
y'all.
Brown. Let him get a picture of you and him.
Oh, you gotta take pictures.